Leaving your kids behind. Hey ladies, another day, another podcast. Okay, so in a few days, my husband and I are getting ready to leave for a trip. It's a work trip, but we decided not to bring the kids this time. And my first response was, hey honey, I have to go on a trip. Do you want to come with me? And my second thought was, I'm going to miss the kids. So I know I'm not alone when I say leaving my children is really difficult. I get this a lot from women who attend my retreats and clients who might travel to see me, or in general just leaving their children for the first time. It's uncomfortable. So what do we do when we are uncomfortable? We grow. And there's been many occasions where I've left my children, and every single time my heart aches. I feel like very uncomfortable. I feel like my heart has been ripped out of my chest and I'm not complete. So today, I know this isn't new information, but today I wanted to talk about what I do to cope with this. So I find it harder when I know that I'm leaving and the lead up to it when I'm still with my children. And then, of course, people overcompensate, right? We try to control those big emotions. So what do? We overpack, we overprepare, we make sure the kids are safe, we make sure they have everything that they absolutely need. And I didn't do that this time around. More and more as I go, I ask myself, well, what do they need? Do they have it? Is somebody else going to provide that? And I really observe my discomfort. And of course, I say to them, aren't you going to miss me? Aren't you going to miss me? Why? Because I'm looking for external validation that yes, Heather, your children still love you. And the other day I was sitting with my son. He was journaling. He's 9 years old and he was sitting, he bought him a little journal and he was just writing out. And every night he was writing a little blurb. And I was like, I'm so excited to go to my grandparents in 5 days. I'm so excited to go to my grandparents in 4 days. And a part of me was like, I got to get out of my own way. When we are, and of course, that's a whole nother conversation because I know not everybody has the support that, grandparent support. And, to be honest, grandparent support is not always the perfect support. So there's always things with that, and we struggle with that as well. So there is no perfect support system, whether you live close to family or not. There's always going to be something that you don't like, right? Whether your children are eating too much Kraft dinner or they're getting too much screen time, there's certain things I can control, and then there's other things that I just have to let go of. So I'm right there with you. But what I noticed was I was taking away from my son's experience to spend more quality time with family when my big emotions got in the way. When I assumed that I need to be my son's end-all, be-all, and that there's nobody else in the world that can look after my children. And I remember this was a big factor in my health 5 years ago when I got sick and I had to spend literally 2 weeks in the hospital and my children couldn't even come visit me. Of course, that was eating me up inside, but I was really, really sick, and when they would come up, it would just be for 20 minutes or so, and I could barely lift my arms to hug them. But previous to that, I never left my children, and if I did, it was with somebody that I highly respected. I almost cooked every single meal for them before I left, like I was a control freak. Because I wanted to control everything because I was so uncomfortable leaving my children. So after I got sick, I realized, okay, my kids ate mac and cheese. They probably had too much screen time. Maybe they had too many gummy worms, but they're okay. They're safe. They're healthy. Somebody loves them. And I don't have to be everything to my children. And this goes back to the mantra or motto or whatever you want to call it, that it takes a village to raise a child. And we have to consciously create our villages. We have to consciously seek out support. It doesn't have to be a biological support. Not all biological support is healthy support. So we have to go find those babysitters. We have to go find those friends. We have to go find those community members, maybe, some adopted nona, someone that we want in our lives to help us with our children. And sometimes we can afford those services, sometimes we can't. But it doesn't have to be that you're leaving for a week at a time and that's when you need support from your family because you're not going to be physically there. It's every single day that we have to start asking for help. That I don't need to be everything to everyone. I don't need to do all the dishes. I don't need to do all the laundry. I don't need to cook all of the meals. And this is the interesting part, the more I let go of that definition of who I need to be as a woman, as a mother, and as a wife, I start to notice this freedom, this ease, this is too easy. And because that comes in, then the thought of you're not doing enough. So the awareness is always within yourself of saying, is this true? So as we prepare to pack and get ready for our trip and my heart hurts and I'm getting uncomfortable, getting ready to leave my children, I think, you are safe. You are okay. They are going to be okay. And I know, needless to say, the mind can wander to worst case scenario, but in the spirit of feeling alive, we have to take courageous action in our lives or nothing will change. We have to be uncomfortable despite our insecurities. And we have to be willing to show our children what it means to truly live and feel alive. So ladies, I'm right there with you. Get uncomfortable. Do something that you think you cannot do. And try something you believe you're incapable of doing, and you will show yourself that you can become the person that you were born to be. That's what I have for you today. I will be back tomorrow. Reminders, my one-day mastermind is coming up. It is February 22nd. If you would like to purchase tickets, you can go to my website and check under Work With Me. So go to heatherchauvin.com. It says Work With Me, and at the top it says Events. It's right there. They are $397. It's an all-day experience. Food is included. You are going to connect with some amazing women. It's going to be an intimate experience. I have some guest speakers coming, and this is for women who want to be surrounded with other driven women who want to make an impact in the world, who want to make an impact in their family, who are movers and shakers. More importantly than that, there's just a desire within you that there's more. So tickets are on sale now. It's going to be an intimate setting. So head on over to heatherchauvin.com and purchase your tickets. $397. The price will be going up in a few weeks. So I highly, highly, highly suggest you purchase your ticket now. All right, ladies, talk soon.